Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen, and I believe in dragons, and much more than dragons, also in dragon gods. Back in the day when I was in the beginning of my path, and I discovered the dragon god, actually goddess, because it was Tiamat, and that was the one that visited me. When I was just in the beginning, I didn't even know about. I just was discovering my dragon, and I knew and I understood that dragons lived, and that was not enough because one night actually, I had this visit that was not at all like my dragon was. But my dragon, I remembered, was very positive about this. And I was sitting on my altar, and this energy that came through out of my altar, because my altar is actually some kind of a portal that goes to the dragon where they are. Because you might see it when I make a video from my before my altar. You might see a lot of orbs that coming forward and closing, and even changing the ways that they are. And these orbs are spirits. That is because they are always bound to this place that I have, this altar that I have. This altar has a lot of history, and this, of course, has many a great power of the dragon. But it's also a gateway, and this gateway is also to going to through astral projection, astral plane, to go and to find the dragon realms. That is what a dragon altar can do. It can find the dragon, but only find the dragon, but also find the way to the dragon realms. And that I didn't even know this back then, but I found this out together alongside with my dragon, that there were a lot of spirits going back and forward all the time from my altar. And this energy, that you have to feel it. If you are draconic, probably if you watch this video, if you are draconic, you might feel the energy that is going around this altar, this place. You might even feel that it's very recognizable to the dragon energy that you can feel, that you have. And yeah, all these devotions and rituals that I did, all out of my instincts. Of course, it's going to open something, always in my search to the dragon. It will open it up. It will be a night key that I have to open it up. And then one day, the dragon said, there is someone who wants to meet you. Something in these words. But of course, the dragon is not a human, so it's totally different how that they want to say it. But I was prepared for another dragon. And then the energy came through. My dragon goddess. That was such a high energy. You cannot be prepared for the arrival of Tiamat. And I didn't even know about Tiamat back then. It's all about by research about these energies, about what people can feel when they meet their dragon god for the first time. Some people even meet their dragon god before the guardian, but that is exceptional. Most of the time, it's the guardian that finds you, that is standing with you, and even is born with you, standing next to your mother when you are giving. When your mother is giving birth, when you see the light of day for the first time, your dragon was there most of the time. And your dragon god as well. Whether if it's Leviathan, Tiamat, Fafnir or Quetzalcoatl, your god will be there as well. Allowing your guardian to be there. Allowing your dragon eye to be there. So this altar that I have is an opening to the realm of the dragon. And as well as yours, you can create something like that. If you do your rituals like that and do heavy energy openings like blood commitment or something like that, it will change eventually to a portal that goes to the dragon. And your guardian will let you know that it might be different and changing that once you meet your dragon god for the first time. And the dragon god will come through this place, and sometimes they come through by nothing, but in my case, the dragon goddess Tiamat came through this gate. Normally, Tiamat is way beyond the 5th gate. The normal dragons are normal. The guardian dragons are living in a realm that is beyond the 5th gate, 5 gates. But Tiamat is everything you see here is Tiamat. Everything that is the trees, the ground, the soil, everything is Tiamat. And that was the embodiment of all of that you can see, of the forests, of the flowers, of the bushes. Everything that you see is Tiamat. And then from one day to another, the embodiment came. All of these energies combined in one body, that in one spirit, I mean, in one spirit. And that was amazing. That was not actually, it was affecting my energy so darn much that it was pure chaos. That is the chaos goddess, as that I cannot explain differently. A goddess of chaos that's like no other I could feel. All of these emotions inside of me, all of these energies that the dragon gave me, it was like a whirlpool. Everything was upside down. And I didn't understood what was going on. Back in the day I said, what is this? What is this? I was so confused. But yet it felt so protective and so good and so light. Even though Tiamat can be a very dark entity, can be a very dark goddess to humans especially. But to me, she was, even though I could feel the darkness, I could feel the chaos, it was like she was welcoming me. It was like I was seeing my mother for the first time ever. They always say Mother Nature, but from then on I could understand why. Tiamat is a Babylonian goddess. Back in the day, was worshipped by Babylonian and the Mesopotamian lands. And these people made statues and were worshipping her like the embodiment of the earth, and could very well understand that the dragon has a lot of energy, and the dragon has elemental powers, because it was given to them by the dragon gods. But especially Tiamat was worshipped as the goddess of the earth. And this is, of course, of many thousands of years ago, way before there was anything about Christianity or Islam or even Judaism. That didn't exist. But these new religions back in the day, while the Babylonian people were worshipping a dragon as a child of Tiamat, then one of these Christians came forward and choked this creature to death in just a seconds. And he said, this is not a god. He can just die like any one of us. Of course, these Babylonian people were angry, because that was not the point. That was not the point, because the god gave life. She gave life to this dragon. It was her direct son. She is the one that cannot die, but her children can. They didn't understand anything about being a god. A god is a creator, sometimes not intentionally, but they are creators of what you can see, everything. Even like Leviathan and so forth, and all of these dragon gods are creators, and they cannot die. Once the earth dies, she dies with the earth. But like you can see, she will always protect herself. Once she had enough, she will let us know. By this coronavirus, for example. So yeah, people from this day just don't seem to understand what a god or a goddess is. When I say something like, "Oh, my dragon goddess," they say, "What? You believe in dragon goddess?" Yes, yes, I do, and I met her, and she's the most powerful being ever. She can rival against the other dragon gods, Leviathan, Quetzalcoatl, and Fafnir. There are even more than that. But yeah, once I met her, it was different than I met my guardian, but it was amazing power, amazing energies, that even my energy inside of myself was waking more up. It was a true revelation and a true honor that she made time to come to me as a spirit and to touch me. And that is what you can have as well. Is something that you can have as your dragon god comes to you and they touch you. That is an opening of many things that were asleep inside of you. that is also a new beginning. Like the dragon, when the guardian touches you, your energies will eventually wake up. They will, your energies, your draconic energies, will wake up. But the dragon gods or goddess, when they touch you, then yeah, there is nothing asleep anymore inside of you. Then the dragon guardian finally would say, yes, now we can work. For the first time, 100%. It's also, yeah, a child of your dragon guardian and, yeah, of all the dragons in your circle, because they were creatures, they were dragons, and they were spawned out of them. Just like we are spawned out of them. Not as a direct child, but as a human being. With a gift of the child. In this case, Tiamat. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.